Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Jennifer Warnes, as she had a couple of massive songs in the 1980s, including Time of My Life and Dirty Dancing. Why wouldn't we want to be that? Because we only have one life to live, don't we? So trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to a bit of a legend in the Tulsa sound today, combining blues, rockabilly, country and jazz together. This guy very influential in that, and also influenced some pretty amazing guitarists. People such as Mark Knopfler and Eric Clapton have cited this guy as a major influence. His story started in Oklahoma in 1938, and he did learn guitar very young, but he kind of found a bit of a knack for sound engineering, that is recording albums and putting the sounds in there. He was drafted into military service around the early 1960s. Didn't really get on so well with that, so he left it. And it was around 1964 he moved to Los Angeles, and he studied engineering and was starting to get quite a following in bars. The guys we're talking about is JJ Cale. Now JJ Cale was the kind of reluctant star in many ways, because this guy actually did write some pretty amazing songs for other people, including 1966 After Midnight. Now, After Midnight came off the album Naturally from 1971. And you might be thinking, oh, wasn't that one that Eric Clapton did? Well, absolutely. Well, Eric Clapton and JJ Cale actually had a really good relationship. I mean, JJ Cale knew that Eric Clapton's caliber, so why wouldn't you want to let him do one of your songs? Well, we do have a live version of JJ Cale doing this one. And we've also got a live version of him and Eric Clapton together doing it. So pretty good to see those two together. And I think After Midnight, we're going to let it all hang out. Well, we know what it's all about, don't we? It's all about making love with somebody. You know, not just making love though, it's the build up to it. It's the anticipation, the expectation, knowing that, you know, you're going to be in those moments with someone else is just one of the best feelings in the world, really. And why wouldn't we want to let it all hang out? I mean, it's just the two people doing what they do, really exploring each other, understanding each other, loving each other. Why hold back in those moments? There's no reason to hold back. But as we know, making love doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts beforehand, doesn't it? It starts with the little messages sent to each other, just the conversation you might have with each other, the way that you are with each other. And you just know that when you end those moments, it's going to be just the best thing ever. And I think the thing we want to get out is this song's all about anticipation and expectation of what's going to happen. And I think, you know, it's always good to remember that, to build up to these things as well, because, you know, if we want these beautiful moments, we want them to be everything they can be, don't we? And so After Midnight, let's sort of let it all hang out. Why wouldn't we want to do that? Absolutely. There's no reason to hold back, is there really? There's no reason to just get fully embraced by somebody else, entwining heart, mind and soul together. So such a beautiful, well, it's not a beautiful song, it's actually quite rockabilly, but you know, the words are pretty cool. We'll go and take a live version of Crazy Mama. This is another massive song for JJ Cale. This is going forward, a little bit forward in 2009. In 1972, out came the album Really, and this is really the Tulsa sound, which JJ Cale is famous for, really came into his own. He was starting to really understand what the Tulsa sound meant, and he just kind of went with the flow with it. 1974, Okie, Cajun Moon is this massive song off that album, and we've got people such as Eric Clapton, Leonard Skinner and Brian Ferry have all covered that particular song. 1976, out came the album Troubadour, another one of his classics, cocaine. Now, she don't like cocaine. This is not a lot of a cocaine sort of song. This is actually an anti-drug song, this one. And I think certainly around that late 1960s period, 1970s period, drugs was kind of really starting to take hold. And I think we needed someone to just come out and do a bit of an anti-drug song by actually briskly sneaking under the radar with it. And to come out with something that would just kind of just call things out a little bit. And music is sometimes one of the few things that can get away with doing that. So we've got a live version of Cocaine. Go back to 1974, Leonard Skinner recorded the song Call Me the Breeze, pretty massive song for them. And because of the royalties that JJ Cale was getting from all these amazing songs, he was able to actually record on his terms, and he absolutely did that. We've got a live version of Call Me the Breeze as well below. And JJ did unfortunately leave us in 2013, age 74 with a heart attack. But between 1971 and 2019, there were 15 studio albums, as I've said, pretty big in the Tulsa sound, combining blues, rockabilly, country and jazz together. And he did receive a Grammy Award. I've got a couple of more videos below too. I've got another live version of Anyway the Wind Blows. I've got Eric Clapton and JJ Cale together, live version of there. And I found this little video below as to why JJ Cale didn't become a major superstar. It's because he didn't want to lip sync on American Bandstand. We've got a bit of a video of that particular thing that happened there. JJ Cale knew he could play. He didn't need to lip sync. And so we've got a bit of a story there below. So the links to those 7 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Jennifer Warnes, so if you want to recap on her, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflections through Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time, as we continue on with the J's, we're going to get on to Jonah Louie. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.